player from the Himalayas. What your name is and where you from?
My name is Sofronio Vasquez, and I am from the Philippines.
Confetti rained down, and cheers erupted as Sofronio Vasquez stood on the voice stage, clutching the trophy that marked his historic win. From his heartfelt rendition of A Million Dreams to his electrifying performance of Unstoppable, the Filipino-born singer captured hearts across America in a finale that was nothing short of extraordinary. Moments before the announcement, Michael Bublé, his first-time coach, declared, "You are the hope of so many people," a sentiment that echoed the emotional journey Sofronio had taken from humble beginnings in the Philippines to the pinnacle of success. How did this rising star's unforgettable performances secure his place in history? Sofronio Vasquez's journey on The Voice Season 26 was nothing short of extraordinary. Coming from humble beginnings in Mindanao, Philippines, Sofronio grew up in challenging conditions, where even basic necessities like a bed or indoor plumbing were out of reach. Despite these hardships, music was always a source of joy for his family. His father, in particular, shared a deep love of music with him and became his first mentor. This bond laid the foundation for Sofronio's passion, even though he didn't immediately believe his talent was enough to make music a career. Instead, he started pursuing dentistry, a practical choice that seemed more achievable at the time. Everything changed when tragedy struck. The death of his father became a turning point for Sofronio, inspiring him to honor their shared love of music. Determined to chase the dream his father always supported, he decided to leave dentistry behind and focus on music. Moving to the United States in 2022, Sofronio hoped to start fresh and explore opportunities in a new country. But the road wasn't easy. Adjusting to a different culture and music scene was challenging. Early on, he noticed a stark difference in what audiences in America valued, less about belting high notes and more about delivering soulful, emotional performances. He reflected on this during the season, sharing how he told himself to settle in, trust his voice, and sing from the heart. By the time season 26 of The Voice premiered in September 2024, Sofronio was ready to take the stage with newfound confidence. He chose Mary J. Blige's I'm Going Down for his blind audition, and the impact was immediate. As soon as Sofronio began singing, the judges couldn't press their buttons fast enough. All four, Michael Bublé, Reba McEntire, Gwen Stefani, and Snoop Dogg, turned their chairs, signaling their desire to coach him. This was a rare and highly coveted four-chair turn, something not every contestant achieves. The coaches were quick to compete for him. Reba McEntire praised his voice, calling it smooth and easy on the ears, while adding that his soulful delivery touched her heart. Gwen Stefani and Snoop Dogg shared similar admiration, each trying to win Sofronio over with their unique coaching styles. But it was Michael Bublé who stood out. He started his pitch by speaking to Sofronio in Filipino, expressing how much he admired the warmth and beauty of his culture. Michael didn't stop there. He told Sofronio that he believed they could win the competition together. This heartfelt and culturally resonant moment sealed the deal. Sofronio chose Team Michael, a decision that would ultimately shape his journey on the show and lead to his historic win. It wasn't just Michael's words that drew Sofronio in. It was his genuine belief and vision. Michael saw something in Sofronio that even he hadn't fully recognized yet. The season itself was monumental. It marked Michael Bublé's debut as a coach, alongside fellow newcomer Snoop Dogg. Reba McEntire and Gwen Stefani returned to the panel, with Reba continuing her streak of strong teams, and Gwen earning the most four-chair turns of any female coach in the show's history. From the start, the chemistry between the coaches created a vibrant, competitive dynamic. Sofronio's journey through the blind auditions was a key highlight of the season. His performance of I'm Going Down wasn't just technically flawless, it was deeply emotional, showcasing the rich tone and soulful depth of his voice. As Michael later explained, it wasn't just about the notes Sofronio hit. It was about the story he told through his performance. This ability to connect with an audience on an emotional level set Sofronio apart, and became the hallmark of his performances throughout the competition. The Voice introduced several new features this season, adding excitement and strategy to the blind auditions. One such addition was the Coach Replay, allowing each coach one chance to save a contestant who didn't initially get a chair turn. While Sofronio didn't need a replay, as all 4 coaches immediately recognized his talent, this new element underscored how important each audition was. Coaches also had blocks to prevent others from recruiting key contestants, adding even more intensity to their pitches. Michael Bublé's debut season was off to an incredible start. Not only did he recruit Sofronio, but he also built a powerhouse team filled with artists who were bold, versatile, and ready to take risks. Sofronio quickly became one of Michael's standout contestants, and their connection only deepened as the competition progressed. The blind audition wasn't Sofronio's first experience with The Voice. Nearly a decade earlier, he had auditioned for The Voice of the Philippines. Unfortunately, none of the coaches turned their chairs back then. Sofronio reflected on this moment, saying that he was a happy-go-lucky kid at the time, lacking the focus and determination that life's adversities would later give him. He credited these experiences with helping him grow into the artist he is today. By the time he stepped onto the Voice stage in the United States, Sofronio was no longer just a hopeful singer. He was a man with a story, a purpose, and a voice that could move people. His audition not only earned him a spot on Michael's team but also set the tone for his entire journey. Michael Bublé himself brought a unique energy to the season as a first-time coach. Known for his jazz and swing background, he approached coaching with a focus on emotion and storytelling. Michael wasn't just looking for technically skilled singers. He wanted artists who could connect with their audience and deliver performances that felt authentic. This philosophy resonated with Sofronio, whose own journey had been about discovering his true voice. With the guidance of a first-time coach who believed in pushing boundaries and telling stories through music, Sofronio began navigating the intense stages of the competition with a mix of talent, determination, and heart. The battle rounds came next, and this stage tested the connection Sofronio had built with Michael and his ability to deliver under pressure. In the battles, Michael paired Sofronio with Aaliyah Kalin, challenging them to perform the powerful ballad, The Power of Love. The song wasn't just a test of vocal strength, it demanded a level of emotional depth and harmony that could resonate with the audience. Michael worked closely with both contestants, helping them refine their dynamics and encouraging Sofronio to lean into the emotional weight of the song. When Sofronio stepped onto the stage, his rich voice soared, leaving no doubt about his ability to command attention. His performance wasn't just about hitting the right notes, it was about creating an experience that moved people. Michael's belief in him was clear, and it paid off when Sofronio was declared the winner of the battle. This victory didn't just secure his spot in the next round, it reaffirmed his place as a standout contestant. Moving into the knockouts, the stakes grew higher. In this stage, each artist performed a song of their choosing, and Sofronio chose to pour his heart into You Don't Have to Say You Love Me. It was a bold choice, one that demanded vocal precision and an ability to convey deep emotion. Michael, alongside mega mentor Jennifer Hudson, helped Sofronio dive into the meaning of the song, encouraging him to let his vulnerability shine. Sofronio delivered a performance that was nothing short of soul-stirring. Every note carried his passion and sincerity, and you could feel the weight of his journey in his voice. Michael's coaching was evident. His focus on storytelling transformed Sofronio's delivery into a moment that captivated the audience. With this knockout performance, Sofronio secured his place in the playoffs, one step closer to the live shows. Throughout these stages, Michael's influence as a coach continued to shape Sofronio's journey. Michael wasn't just teaching him how to sing, he was helping him understand how to connect with people through his music. He pushed Sofronio to explore songs that highlighted different aspects of his voice and artistry, from heartfelt ballads to high-energy anthems. This approach allowed Sofronio to grow not just as a performer, but as an artist with a distinct identity. When the playoffs arrived, Sofronio chose to perform Roy Orbison's classic Crying, a song that would become one of the defining moments of his journey. Michael's guidance during rehearsals focused on helping Sofronio tap into the raw vulnerability of the song. "It's not just about the notes," Michael told him. "It's about making people feel the heartbreak in every word." Sofronio's rendition of Crying left everyone in awe. His voice carried a haunting beauty, and his emotional delivery turned the performance into something unforgettable. For Michael, this was a proud moment. He knew the risk of choosing such a challenging song, but Sofronio's ability to make it his own proved that the risk was worth it. As the playoffs came to an end, Michael selected Sofronio as one of the two artists to represent his team in the live shows. By this point, it was clear that Sofronio was not only a frontrunner on Team Michael, but a serious contender for the championship. His ability to connect with the audience through his performances made him stand out week after week. The live shows brought a new level of intensity, with Sofronio taking on songs that highlighted his versatility and emotional depth. One of the standout moments was his performance of Elvis Presley's If I Can Dream. This wasn't just a performance, it was a declaration of Sofronio's journey and aspirations. The song's lyrics resonated deeply with his story, and his powerful delivery turned it into a moment of triumph. Michael's coaching during this phase continued to focus on authenticity and connection. He encouraged Sofronio to embrace his unique voice and use it to tell his story. Whether it was a soulful ballad or an energetic anthem, Sofronio delivered each performance with a level of passion and artistry that set him apart. One of the most remarkable aspects of Sofronio's journey was his ability to take risks and rise to the occasion, a trait that Michael continually nurtured. Whether it was tackling a classic like Crying or stepping out of his comfort zone with more modern songs, Sofronio approached each challenge with determination and heart. By the time the finale approached, Sofronio had solidified his place as a favorite to win. His journey from a small town in the Philippines to the grand stage of The Voice was a testament to his resilience, talent, and the transformative power of mentorship. Michael's belief in him, combined with Sofronio's own determination, had turned him into a star. The finale of The Voice Season 26 was nothing short of extraordinary, and Sofronio Vasquez made sure it would be a night everyone remembered. As the first Filipino-born singer to ever reach the final stage of the U.S. show, Sofronio had already broken barriers, but his eyes were set on something bigger, making history as the winner. Everything he had worked for, every note he had sung, had led to these 2 nights, and he delivered a performance that left no doubt. Sofronio was born for this moment. The final 5 contestants took the stage for a 2-night showdown, starting with performances on Monday that required them to showcase both their versatility and their heart. Sofronio chose 2 songs that perfectly reflected his journey and his dream: Sia's Unstoppable and A Million Dreams from The Greatest Showman. Each of these songs carried its own challenges, but they also offered Sofronio the chance to show the audience and the coaches just how much he had grown throughout the competition. Michael Bublé, who had been by Sofronio's side since the blind auditions, worked tirelessly to ensure his artist would shine. Michael's coaching was never about perfection for perfection's sake. It was about telling a story and making people feel. For Unstoppable, Michael encouraged Sofronio to step out of his comfort zone, not just vocally but physically. "You need to own the stage," Michael told him. "This isn't just about singing the song, it's about being the song." When Sofronio performed Unstoppable, it was as if the stage transformed into his arena. He didn't just sing, he moved, he danced, and he carried himself with the confidence of someone who knew he belonged. Every note, every step, exuded the strength and resilience that had carried him from Mindanao, Philippines, to this moment. It was a performance that electrified the room and cemented Sofronio as a contender no one could ignore. Then came A Million Dreams, a song that seemed tailor-made for Sofronio's story. Its lyrics spoke of hope, ambition, and the kind of grit that Sofronio had shown throughout his life. From his humble beginnings, growing up without even a bed to sleep on, to his journey across the world to honor his late father's dream, this song captured everything Sofronio stood for. Michael's advice for this performance was simple yet profound. Just let them feel your heart. And that's exactly what Sofronio did. His voice carried an emotional weight that brought tears to the eyes of many in the audience. The way he transitioned between soft, heartfelt verses and powerful, soaring choruses was breathtaking. Even as he choked up on the final line, it only made the moment more real, more raw. Sofronio wasn't just performing a song, he was living it. As Monday's performances ended and the voting opened, the energy surrounding Sofronio's journey was palpable. Across social media, fans from the Philippines, the United States, and around the world rallied behind him. It wasn't just about his voice, it was about the connection he had built with people through his performances. Tuesday brought the second night of the finale and one final challenge: duets with their respective coaches. Sofronio and Michael chose to perform The Miracles' Who's Lovin' You, a classic that allowed both their voices to shine while showcasing the deep bond they had built over the season. Michael had always emphasized the importance of authenticity, and this duet was a perfect example of that. Their voices blended beautifully, and the respect and admiration they had for each other were evident in every note. As the results show progressed, the tension in the room grew. One by one, the finalists waited to hear their names called. When it came down to the final two, it was Sofronio and his fellow Team Bublé member, 17-year-old Shy. The fact that Michael had guided two of his artists to the top was an achievement in itself, but now it was time to crown the winner. Host Carson Daly built the suspense as he prepared to announce the name everyone had been waiting for. When Sofronio's name was called as the winner of Season 26, the room erupted into cheers. For a moment, Sofronio stood there stunned as confetti rained down and the weight of his victory began to sink in. He had done it. Michael Bublé was overcome with emotion, hugging Sofronio and wiping away tears. "This is your moment," Michael told him. "You've worked so hard for this, and you've earned every bit of it." Sofronio, still holding back tears of his own, thanked Michael for his mentorship, calling it a blessing that had changed his life. Winning The Voice came with more than just a title. Sofronio walked away with a $100,000 prize and a recording contract, but the real reward was the opportunity to share his music with the world. This wasn't just a win for him, it was a win for everyone who had supported him, from his family to his fans across the globe. For Michael, this victory was especially sweet. Not only had he won in his very first season as a coach, but he had done so with an artist who represented everything he believed in: authenticity, heart, and the power of music to connect people. "This is why I do what I do," Michael said in a post-show interview. Sofronio is the perfect example of what happens when talent meets heart and hard work. Sofronio's win was a historic moment for The Voice. He became the first Filipino-born singer to win the U.S. show, breaking new ground for representation in the music industry. His journey, from a small town in the Philippines to the bright lights of the Voice stage, was proof that dreams really do come true. Even in his final moments on stage, Sofronio stayed humble, dedicating his win to his father and to all the dreamers who had ever dared to believe in something bigger. His journey was a testament to resilience, determination, and the transformative power of music. If Sofronio's story has inspired you, don't forget to like this video, leave a comment sharing your favorite moment of his journey, and subscribe to the channel for more amazing stories. And hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. This is just the beginning for Sofronio Vasquez. Stay tuned for what's next.